Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 12th of October 2021 and the time now is 6:16 a.m. Well, our topic today is being parents can be a difficult task. How to help your children without being a helicopter parent. All right, so before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Okay, so yeah, first I think I try to get the definition of helicopter parents, which is the main topic today, and then for helicopter parents, basically it means that those parents uh, who pay extremely close attention to their kids, and then it can also be particularly at educational institutions, for example, school related or uh, the things, the problems at school. And also besides that, also helicopter parents can be defined as those parents who strictly supervise their children in all aspects of their lives. Yeah, so yeah, for here I think helicopter parents basically uh, they supervise a lot, and then they also control a lot, and then they spend a lot of time. And to me, I think spending times with kids is something like inevitable. It is needed. Not necessary that uh, spending a lot of time is kind of being helicopter parents. Uh, yeah, I think the problem is not the time. The problem is the way that uh, um, the way you do with your children's in terms of parenting. And then yeah, I think that the problem could be like making decision for them, and then so that they couldn't be independent. So I think this is one of the biggest problem, in my opinion, of the disadvantage of being a helicopter parent. Yeah, and then so yeah, because that I think helicopter parents they like to control many things. They like to make decisions uh, for their children, and then by doing so, the children's kind of started to lose the ability to deal with their own things by their own, and then they rely on their parents' decisions, and then maybe after some times they don't know what is the purpose of doing many things and doing a particular things. So so to me, I think as a parents, what we can do is yeah, this is my own opinion. I think is yeah, helping them to know. We need to guide them. We need to guide them, but we need to help them to make decisions. I mean, the decisions need to be guided, but the decisions, um, the process, we can guide the process, and then they need to do it by their own. So yeah, maybe I try to give an example of this. For example, yeah, if for example my let's say my kids let's say is in the first year of secondary school, which is 13 years old, and then if let's say he or she didn't get a good result and then fail the exam, and then at that time I think uh, be a parent, we need to ask, we need to know that whether how your children is doing, in the school, we need to know the exam result. We need to know how it's going in the school, so that knowing the marks is first is the basic things for parents, and then after that, I think I wouldn't scold him. I wouldn't scold him or her, and then but I would like to talk to him. Yeah, I would like to talk to him, and then trying to understand why he failed the exam, and then I believe that for him, maybe he may or may not know the reason of why he couldn't pass the exam. So the first task I would like to I would like him to do is to find out the problems, to give me a reason. Yeah, I'm not scolding him. I'm not blaming him or what. I just want to help him, something like that. I want to talk to him, and then maybe I give him 3 days to find out the reason and the problems of failing the exam. And then maybe after 3 days, he come and told me that, oh, the reason is, let's say, it's mathematics. Mathematics is too difficult. I don't like mathematics. So if his reason is like this, and then maybe I will try to guide him also. For example, I ask him that if I give you a test paper of Form 3 students, which is now you are Form 1, I give you the Form 3 exam paper. How would you think this question? Is it difficult? Is it hard? And then yeah, I think it must be hard, right? Because Form 1 paper, he couldn't manage it well. So how about I ask him, how about the friends in your school who do well in the exam? Do they feel this question difficult? I mean, the Form 3 exam paper. Yeah, I believe that unless they are genius, they will feel it difficult. Yeah. So so what's the problem of feeling have the feeling that the exam paper is difficult and a subject is difficult? So I want to guide him that to let him know that the reason why Form 3 paper is difficult is because you haven't learned it. You haven't learned the things being taught in Form 3 exam paper. So that's the problem. We haven't learned it, or we haven't learned it well. So after you learn it, after you are Form 3, and then if you learn well, that wouldn't be difficult. So it means that things can be learned. And it is not that because of you feel the exam is difficult. Yeah, everybody, if they didn't learn well, that is difficult. So yeah, I would try to guide him in this way, and then also because of this, we find that learning, if you can learn something, that wouldn't be difficult anymore. So it throws other questions. For example, so why you will find it difficult? Yeah. So we know it's the learning problem. So what's the problem? Yeah, I also want him to finding out. For me, maybe this time I give him 2 days, and then to find out any problems in his learning, and then try to find out, to observe himself, maybe maybe in the school during the lesson. Yeah. And then is there any problems? Is it because you don't understand what the teacher teach in the class, or what? Or maybe did you do revision after that? Do you trying to ask when you don't know? Something like that. So he need to find out by himself, and then yeah, we need to have the talking like this, and then I think by doing so without any judgment, it will be more easy to deal with kids, and then kind of being their friends, instead of someone who keep ordering them, keep giving instruction. You have to do this, you have to do that, and then maybe I think for helicopter parents, maybe they will do like this. The first time they saw their kids fail the exam, and then they must scold them. Yeah. And then scold them for not trying hard enough, not maybe not doing revision enough or not paying attention at school, and then something like that. And then after that, they also make decisions like, okay, you must go to the tuition center. Yeah, you have to do with it, and I don't want to see you fail again. So um, so I think for these two type of parentings, the methods are totally different. And the first one, we guide them to go through the thinking process, and then to find out the problems, the reason of the problems, and then to find out solution. Actually, they observe it by themselves, and then we guide them, and we may not necessarily tell him directly what he should do, and then we try to guide them, and maybe he can find it out by themselves. Yeah, so this is one of the example I can think of. And then yeah, so try to talk to them. I think is the key. Being friends with them, and then guiding them to be independent. Yeah, these are the keys to, I think, to help children and without being a helicopter parents. And on other also in addition to this, I think also it's important to let them know the boundaries, of what they can do and what they cannot. Yeah, for example, yeah, I may let him know that, okay, to have a girlfriend or boyfriend in school, yeah, is it's actually quite normal. Yeah, and then maybe I will let him know that maybe he can or cannot have a relationship at school. First, I mean the girlfriend boyfriend, and then yeah, if my answer is yes, because I think let's say go to the same example from one, which is 13 years old. I think yeah, is I think it's okay to to let them to have boyfriend and girlfriends, and then I would like to let him know that because at school I believe that teacher won't allow this. Yeah, teacher won't like accept these kind of things. If they found it, they must do something. And then so I let him know that firstly, this is something like a cost, right? Like the price, you have to deal with it. Maybe you will scold by the teacher, you will be punished by the teacher. And then also yeah, so I didn't disallow you to do that, but you have to know the consequence. Yeah, and then um, yeah, so also so I think this is kind of letting him know the boundaries, and then what he cannot do. What he cannot do is like yeah, I would try to let him know that um, because what we worry about sometimes is that because boyfriend and girlfriends, some of them may end up in uh, in a in a consequence that we wouldn't like to see. For example, the girl get pregnant or what. So I think I would let him know about this, and then also in Malaysia, for example, if you have sex uh, with with a girl which is under the legal age, and then no matter the girl is willing or not willing, and then this can be treated as rape. So and let him know that about the punishment of this of the rape, and then also also let him know that what to do after pregnant, and then what will the girl's parents do. Yeah, and try to lead him to the consequence, because I think when we were young, we kind of wouldn't think so far away. We didn't think about the consequence, and sometimes we do something, we just kind of just do it. And my one of my experience is when I was 18 or 19. I think is 19 or 20. I forget, but it's the time that I already get the driving license, and then I can drive. I have just learned and have just passed the driving exam, and then I have a few chance to drive the car, and then at that time I remember that um, I kind of follow after a few months. Yeah, I feel like, oh, I have the skill already. I am quite good at driving, and actually I drive quite close to the car in front. Yeah, and then why I do that? Because I'm confident that I can stop down uh, I can stop down and without hitting the car in front. Yeah, I'm confident at my kind of responsiveness. I can respond very fast, but um, yeah, I didn't think about other issues. For example, the first accidents of mine, which I actually pressed the stop, pressed the brake, the brake pedal quite far away, but with that speed, and then my car couldn't stop down, and even though the wheel already stopped, but the cars keep moving, so my car also hit the car in front. So uh, so thinking back when I was young, I didn't take this into account. Yeah, maybe you can say this is some this is oh, what was that? I suddenly forgot. 物理 uh, 物理 yeah, physics. Yeah, some physics things, right? Because of the speed is really fast, even though your wheel stop and then your car will still keep moving. And then that is about something like the friction of your wheel and then with the road. Yeah. And then at that time, I really didn't know that. And I really believed that I can stop down. So I believe that not only me, I can see many cars which is with the P sticker on their windscreen. They kind of follow very closely with the car in front, and maybe they didn't have experience, and maybe after some accidents because of that, they were started to know about that. So bring back to the example of mine, talking about the having a boyfriend or girlfriend at school and boundaries. So I will let him know that what he couldn't do is something like sex. You couldn't do, and then why you couldn't do, because under 16 years old, you can know that the consequence, and then it will be treating as rape, and then uh, how about getting pregnant, and then let him know that even you do some uh, prevention, uh, uh, some prevention of getting pregnant, and then you still couldn't get 100%. So how about if your girlfriend get pregnant, and how about the parents of the girlfriend? If I was the parents of the girlfriend, and I will tell him what I would do, yeah, and then maybe I will sue you. I wouldn't just let these things go, because too young, which is under 16, something like that. So yeah, let him know what he can do and what he cannot do. And beside of that, I think yeah, I can give some freedom for them to do it. And of course, we need to have talking, and then listen to them instead of judging them. Yeah, for many issues. Yep, and then yeah. So these are, I think these are something I can think of for this topic.
Mm, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before. Okay. I would like to ask you some two questions. Okay.
Mm.
The first one is, when you're talking, you of course will imagine a child in your mind, and is this a male or female?
Oh, is it a male or female? Um, okay, just now in my case, for the exam one, it is. it is male and also female. At first, I also mentioned him or her, but after that, because I want to make it short, I just say him. But for the second example, like having a boyfriend girlfriends, actually I'm standing at the having a boy child. I mean, my kids is a male, is a boy.
How about if this is a female child?
Yeah, this is the female child. Also, I think I will let her know about the boundaries, and then what she couldn't do is uh, yeah, it's also the same, the sex, and then let her know that um uh, let her know about something about boys. Yeah, boys sometimes we want to we have if we have that the kind of the sex desire, the urge, and then we will do what we will do to kind of to kind of in a way like cheating you, so that we can move on to doing that thing. So
Yeah,
yeah.
when you know when female have sex with you,
Mm.
mm, how to say they don't know they don't care whether you cheat her or not. This is just this is just an emotion, and this is just uh the 气氛. I don't know what is the vocab. Just like the environment
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah and
The
the
atmosphere.
the atmosphere, and the girl just think yeah they it's okay, she can have sex with you,
Mm.
then she have sex with you. And for some other girls, they don't know how to like resist. mm, they don't know
Mm.
how to resist the boy, and also they may consider, they may like think a lot, and if they resist, whether the girl will abandon them. Maybe if they have sex with the boy, whether the boy will abandon them after that. Yeah, so they have a lot of consideration in her mind, but the consideration may not uh like you think in your mind. So the
Yeah, not rational,
consideration.
right, at that particular moment.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And just like one old saying,
Mm.
you couldn't know what the girls you don't know what's in the girl's mind. You
Mm.
can't guess her
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, so this is similar.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah, and of course you can tell her all these things, but mm, yeah, but sometimes tell her too many things is maybe it's not a good thing. Mm,
Mm.
maybe she will think, yeah, this guy, I think he's not cheating me. Yeah, he's not cheating me, and
Mm.
he really love me, and yeah, I can have sex with him, something like that. Yeah, and yeah, after that, yeah, problem occurred. Yeah, problem arise. So if they don't know this, so they won't kind of like use your ruler, use the ruler you give her, and think. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yep.
and if you're holding a hammer, whatever you look, whatever you see, is a nail.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you give her a ruler, and if they really want to have sex with a boy, they will
Mm.
make the boy fix into the ruler, fix into her hammer. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
Mm. And yeah, just now talk about the rap. Mm. Yeah, if this is a uh if this is a male child, and if he really want to have sex, you say he will consider rapping, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. But what if he have sex with an adult woman? Is it still considered raping?
It depends the willingness and also if the woman side want to sue you, and then yeah, maybe you have 50% or depending on evidence or what.
Okay, let me tell you about the law. The law is actually protect the child below 16 years old. Yeah. So it's a child, it's not protect female below 16 years old, it's protect the child below 16 years old.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
You mean also for boy, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they are child. This is a child
Yeah.
law. This is not a female law. Yeah, this is a child law. Yeah. So if you talk about raping, yeah. So for female, it's very easy. If she have sex with a boy below 16 years old, yeah, the female parents may sue the male parents, may sue the male, and he won't go to jail. He won't go to jail. He just will go to some other center, some center to kind of like to guide him, to like kind of like give him a lesson, just like that.
Yeah, reconstruct their their behavior or what, right?
Yeah. And yeah, so for female, would they really need to take the risk of being considered raping?
Do you mean that does the girl have to go somewhere like the reconstruction center or what?
Yeah, of course, the female less likely will go to the place. I mean, for your child, for your female child, and so because just now your explanation is, you need to you want to let your child know the consequence that if you have sex with a girl, so you may consider raping.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but how about for girl?
For girl, maybe in this part, yeah, maybe they won't get something so-called punishment so much from the legal authorities, but I think they are the victim because they could become pregnant. And how about after pregnant? What's your decision? And at your age, 16, and then you're still studying, so yeah, let her know about this.
Yeah. So why your focus is not focused on preventing the pregnancy, is actually preventing having sex.
Preventing having sex, I think that is for boy, right? For boy, because they won't get pregnant. Only the girl side get pregnant. So preventing having sex is more for boy, letting them know about the consequence of doing that. And then yeah, for girl, I think
I don't get you means why for boy they need to know they need to know why they need to prevent pregnancy, but not for female. Doesn't make sense. For female, the consequence of pregnancy is greater. So
yeah,
there should be the person care more about pregnancy.
Yeah, girl is should be the side that care more about pregnancy. Yep, and then what I think is for boy and then below 16, I think even though with prevention of getting pregnant, I think totally you shouldn't try having sex
Okay,
before 16.
ask you a question. For your male child, can you accept he have sex with other girls?
I think I wouldn't. And then of course I will also let him know something like the consequence, and then
Why is the consequence?
yeah, the consequence is like yeah, if the girl get pregnant, and then
I know how to prevent. I know how to prevent the pregnancy.
yeah, but yeah, it's already said that prevention isn't 100%.
Yeah, but okay, but I remember a few months ago, uh, I asked you a question about the pregnancy and whether the prevention is like effective or not, and you actually say the condom have like 90 above 97 or 99% of prevention, and you say yeah, it's the chance is very little, and you even can do double prevention. For example, you can have condom and then you have the drug at the same time. So the percentage is very little, very low. And
Yeah.
and I ask you, is it before like before marriage? Will you prevent to have sex with your girlfriend? And you say you want, and why? Yeah, and I ask you, and yeah, because have sex, you have a chance to get pregnant, and then you answer, yeah, you can have the so many kind of prevention you can combine together and use it. So the chance is very little.
Yeah.
So
But
there is a bias here actually.
yeah. I always like to deal with my own bias. Yeah. And then yeah, so let's continue discussing this. And then yeah, for the boys, I think I wouldn't accept. And then beside
Why?
uh beside the fact that getting pregnant, also I believe that the parents of the girl wouldn't accept you to have sex with their kids. Yeah, even though
No,
you say you can guarantee prevention or what, and yeah, we can try to think what the girl's parent will do. Maybe they will they will sue you or what.
like just now I said, if you have sex with an with an with a female child, that means your male child have
Mm,
sex with his classmate also below 16 years old, he may
yeah,
also be sued. He
yeah.
may also be considered as raping. But if he have sex with an adult, you don't need to worry about the female side, because it's a female side have the possibility to being sued as raping. You get what it means?
Um. Oh, yeah. So you
Yeah,
say that standing from the female side?
yeah. I mean, standing from your male child, you say
Mm.
having sex have some consequence. For example, the female parents will sue you, but in this case, they won't if they have sex with an adult female.
Ah, yeah. You're right.
So what is the consequence? And then the consequence is not is not come from the having sex. Is actually the person you have sex with.
Mm. Yep.
Yeah. So you are kind of like I'm not sure is uh you haven't realized that, or you actually uh try to like change the reality.
Mm. Yeah.
Hmm. So what is the consequence?
Um.
And why you don't want your male child have sex with other people?
Um. Yeah. So yeah, just now because if you say that for for the girl side, if they are if they are adults already, so so maybe the boundaries is the boundaries we can set is like the age for the girl, which is the boundary.
Mm. Yeah, you have answered my questions. The first question is, would you allow your male child have sex with other people? This is the first. We are the girls. Of course, we are the men. We don't want that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and this is the first question. And if the answer is no, I don't want, and the next question is why you don't want.
Mm. Yeah. So do you set any age for my kids currently?
Yeah. You can tell your kids. You can tell kids. You need to choose the girl well. Yeah, because if you choose a girl below 16 years old, then you may have the risk. And
Mm.
once you get the yellow card, you can't get another one. Mm. If you really want to test it, you want to try the feelings, and you can find some adult women, and you can try to think. You can think, yeah, what's the method? What's the strategy? You can go
Mm.
for it. I won't restrict you. Yeah,
Mm.
but if
Yeah.
you um, but if you once go for the below 16 years old girl, I also won't restrict you. But you actually create problems to me, and I actually don't like problem. And yeah, of course I won't restrict you because I can't restrict you. Even though I say you shouldn't do that, you
Mm.
also do that. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
restrict you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I also am man. I also like I also liked the girl. Yeah, I also I also sometimes I also have the desire to have sex with a girl below 16 years old. Yeah, but this is something that I know I couldn't do, and
Mm.
I couldn't just like I couldn't just give up the whole uh the whole what is it called? Let me check the whole jungle. Okay, the whole jungle just because of one tree. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm
Yeah.
not that stupid. I won't do that. So as a
Mm.
man, you need to know, yeah, how to make a decision right. Mm,
Mm. Yeah.
yeah. But if you create a problem to me, I will push the problem back to you. Yeah, because I don't like the problem. So
Mm. Yeah.
if you have sex with a child with a girl below 16 years old and the parents comes to me, I will push you out. I will ask you to explain. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
And I won't and yeah, um I won't stand on your side because because the person who make a trouble is you, and I already uh give you the
Told you
warn
before, right?
yeah, I already told you before, and you should have the awareness.
Mm.
So if you are the man, think think by using your brain, not think by using your penis.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is something that I will tell my male child, but I won't restrict them. I totally
Mm.
won't restrict them.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Also, yeah, also to line up the consequence, right? For example, if they choose to have sex with the what's that? The is it constitutes or what? I forgot the terms.
What's it
Uh,
called in
呃，
Chinese?
妓女
Yeah, prostitute.
a prostitute, yeah, yeah, prostitute. And then the consequence also to line up, right? For example, some sex diseases, which is irreversible.
Mm. But
Mm.
you can wear the condom. You can do some prevention. You can go
Mm.
to like a higher class of the place, and maybe the the risk of infection is lower. I'm not
Mm.
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
so
you need to have the money. I won't give you the money.
yeah, also trying to guiding them make the decision, right?
Mm.
yeah, guiding them, and then maybe have some conversation. I think conversation is needed. For example, how are they going to deal with it, and then maybe we can have conversation, and then uh, if it doesn't work, just like the conversation between me and you, uh, yeah, sometimes my method doesn't work, and then you can say out something, and then yeah, so I think this is better because especially when we were young, we maybe we think this is the best option already. I already make it like perfect. I wouldn't have uh, get the consequence or what. But sometimes we just didn't realize it. So I think conversation is important, and then also just now your way dealing with your child. I mean, the parenting style isn't judgmental, right? Yeah, you
What?
just
It isn't just what?
judgmental means that I judgmental means
Yeah, I
I,
know, I know.
I
I
think you
get.
can do this. I think you couldn't do this. But you can give opinion, but the whole decision, the how to say the final decision is on your hand.
No, I will kind of like teach them in kind of like the way of game theory. I'm not telling them what to do. I telling them what I would do if you do that thing,
Mm.
and let them choose by themselves. Mm.
Yeah, I think this is a point. This is a good point between parents and children, right? Game
I
theory.
think not only for children, for and also for your other relationship.
Mm.
For
Yep.
sometimes you need to let people know you will feel angry if they did that, so they won't do that anymore.
Mm. Right.
Yeah, and yeah, for the so okay, so for the female child, I think you won't let your girl your girl kids have sex with other people, is it? If
Um.
below 16 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, and also one more thing I want to add in is this is my choice and this is my thinking, and it doesn't suit you. Yeah, because it's just a choice, just like
Mm.
what we discussed in yesterday. I can
Yep.
allow my male child to have sex. I can also allow or disallow. I may also accept or not accept my female child to have sex with other people or not. Yeah. But for me, I'm more open-minded. I actually allow my girls, my female child have sex with other male. Yeah, if they really want to. But of course, for
Mm.
male and female, I definitely will teach them uh, how to prevent pregnancy. Yeah,
Mm.
this is something that I definitely will teach them. Mm.
Mm.
Yeah, so this is just a choice. Mm.
Yeah.
There is no right or wrong. Mm. Yeah,
Mm.
but of course, I also will. Yeah, for female actually, uh, and and there's something like the what is it called, the consensus, the social consensus,
Mm.
and the society think that uh if girl simply give up your first time or simply have sex with other people is not good. Yeah, and yeah, this is from society perspective. And how about you? You don't need to follow their advice. Yeah,
Mm.
if you at the moment, or maybe you really think that you want to have sex with a person, you can do that. Yeah, and especially in Asian country, and the kind of like the moral value is stronger. In
Mm.
Western
Yeah.
country, the sex, the moral value about the sex is lower. Yeah,
Mm.
and if the guy say that you have uh you you have sex with other people before, so I don't want to marry you. I don't want to uh become your husband or let you become my wife, then
Mm.
don't choose those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, just don't choose those guys. They are not
Mm.
the real guys.
Mm.
Yeah. So you shouldn't need to worry about that because our world uh become modern and the mind become more open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if if the person is have the conventional thinking, I don't think he can do well in other area.
Mm.
Yeah. So this is something that the girl this is something that my female child shouldn't worry about that. Mm,
Mm.
yeah. But uh don't become a prostitute. Don't have sex with other people when they want to do with you. You can choose. Yeah, you are the girl and girl have the power. You can choose whether you want to have sex with other men. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can utilize them. Yeah, you can utilize them. Yeah. But you need to you need to aware that this is your ability and because you have the sex resources because you are a girl, but it doesn't mean that it can work for your whole life. Yeah.
Mm.
Maybe it can work in your uh 18s to maybe like 30 years old. But
Mm.
after that, if you still keep relying on your sex resources, still relying uh, on your look, on your body shape,
Yeah.
and you'll be disappointed and you can't rely on that anymore. So better is you can try to utilize the guys. You can also try not to utilize the guy love if you really love the guys, you want to
Mm.
be with him forever. Yeah, you can choose. This is your choice. And
Yeah.
but if you try, but if you choose the way to utilize the guys, utilize the men to achieve your goal, you need to be aware that some change, some habits will be very difficult to reverse. If, for example, if you have formed a spending habit,
Mm.
a huge spending habits, you like to buy those expensive brands,
Luxuries.
luxury goods, and maybe you can't reverse back. So this
Mm.
is something that you need to be aware. I didn't restrict you, and I also won't give you the money to spend on that. Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so one question to you is, can you still be can you still be yourself when you nurturing your child, when you are teaching your child, when you are guiding your child? Can you still be yourself? This
Mm.
is the question.
Yep. Actually, um, yeah, I think to be frank, uh, maybe at the moment right now, um, uh, yeah, I kind of, uh, not being myself.
Yeah, and you want to say current moment you may not be yourself, but maybe when you have a child, you may be yourself. It's bullshit. And
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
even
I didn't say that. Mm.
mm, mm,
Yeah, what I want to say is, for example, I think actually this question is a good question, because um, before being a parent, um, I have the I have the chance to have a discussion with you. I can look into myself, and then um, also I can remember that last year and this is an old topic.
mm,
Last year um, my parenting method is even more towards helicopter parents, and this year I changed a little bit, but I couldn't. Uh, I still couldn't. Maybe in some aspect, I'm still a helicopter parent. I still I'm even at the moment I'm still very confused. Sometimes I'm like parenting is very difficult because like we have so many aspects, and I don't have some basic rule to follow in terms of in terms of parenting. So I think there are a lot to learn. And for me myself, I will be kind of keep changing, maybe slowly a little bit over the time.
Yeah. If you talk about the principle or the rules, I think
Yeah.
one of the rules which can be considered very important is, can you still be yourself when you nurturing your child? Yeah, this is I think this should be a very important rule. Yeah, this should be a very important principle. If you teach your child something that you don't believe, is this a good thing?
No.
Yeah, is it not bound to the reality?
Yep.
Yeah. So, and also, yeah, you give birth to the child is because yourself. It's because yourself. So you give birth to a child and then you lose yourself. Yeah, is this a stupid thing? I think this is the most stupid things. Yeah. So yeah, of course, you need to take the responsibility. You need to take the responsibility to teach a child. To teach your child to guide them become a grown adult, and yeah. But it doesn't mean that you need to like you need to like uh kind of like in Chinese we call 违背良心. Yeah. So
Oh,
it's kind of like
go against our conscious.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. Go against your conscience and go against your behavior. Yeah. And yeah, this is very yeah. Okay. For me, I don't think this is a good thing. Yeah, because if in that case, I will ask you a question: why you want to have a child? Yeah, you lose yourself after you give birth to child. So why not you don't give birth to child and you can still be yourself.
Yeah.
And if you want to give birth a child, then then you should think that you can you can gain greater benefits. You can gain greater benefit when having a child. Yeah, but of course this is just a choice. And okay, but here I want to give an analogy is
Yeah.
just like I always say, I don't want to share something that I not believe because I wonder that that sharing that that sharing that I not believe can change my behavior. Just like the ABC, your attitude, you you keep sharing something that you don't believe, it may also change your behavior, and you don't want. And do you want to become the person you don't want to be when you are still a kid, when you are still young? You don't want. You don't want to become the those adults that you dislike in the past.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think keeping yourself is quite important if when it comes to parenting. And you shouldn't teach your child. You shouldn't let the child everything which everything is right, everything is wrong. And instead, actually, in reality, yeah, I think we will have a topic uh uh in future, which is also an old topic. Is this? Do you think the world is black and white or like have a gray area? Yeah, and the reality is the world is not black and white. The world have a lot of gray area. How do you deal with the gray area? This is this is this is what human need to learn, and human don't need to learn what is correct, what is wrong. This should be learned by machine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a machine can do it very, very well. You don't need to worry about that.
Yeah, like the coding 1 or 0, right?
Yeah. So when you talk about parenting, when you talk about teaching, don't teach your child, don't teach your students what is black when what is white. It's not important. You need to teach them how to deal with the gray area. And you need to let them know there's a gray area. Yeah. And don't listen to other people, listen to yourself. Yeah, of course, your decision may look stupid. Yeah, but over time, you need to do the reflection. Yeah, and your decision making will become better and better. Yeah. When I was still young, I also couldn't make a good decision. Even nowadays, I don't think I can make every decision right. I'm still struggling. And okay, this is the principle.
Yeah.
Okay, and just now you talk about sex, okay, and yeah, so okay, try to imagine you don't want your male child to have sex with other people. You don't want your female child to have sex with other people. This is your bias. Yeah, quote unquote bias. So this is something that you don't want. This is something from your side. Yeah, you want to restrict them to do that things.
Yeah.
How about other aspect? For example, academic. For example, like forming a relationship. For example, like make friends with other people. Yeah, make friends. Yeah, a friendship. Yeah. So, how about other like other thing involve moral value? For example, they are selfish or something like that, or about their personality. They are rude. Yeah, and they like to like talk loud. They like to score other people. They like to like bully other people and all these things. Yeah. So let the restriction here. Yeah, I know just now you give just now you kind of like you want to discuss with your child. You want to give advice to them. You don't want to control uh their action, their behavior, the decision making. You want to give them to make a decision by themselves. But how about can other aspect, just like the sex aspect, you actually don't want them to do that. You can't aware that, you know.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, you can't really know that until the case comes to you.
Yes.
You can know your real feeling. You can know your real feeling whether you want them to do that or don't want to do that. Don't want them to do that. Yeah, and this is your feeling. This is your attitude. How about your behavior? Yeah. Do you try to restrict them to do that, or you try to like accept, give them to do that, or you try to give them the advice and try to influence them to not to do something that that align with your with what you want. Yeah.
Yep. I think
And how
for this part, I haven't been to the state that accepting whatever they are. I still have the
I know. Accepting is not always a good thing. Here I want to talk about accept, and another is restrict. And restrict, you confirm, you say this is a helicopter parent. Yeah. But just like the sex, sex aspect, maybe you want to restrict them to do that. Yeah. So easier said than done. And how about the third choice? And a lot of parents actually try to use the third option, try to use the third method, that advise them and tell them, communicate with them, try to influence them. Yeah, try to influence them and try to show them what they need to go. Just like yeah, there's a very visualized image. You try to think there's a person in front of you, and he show you the left. Yeah, he used his hand. Normally his right hand. Yeah, he let you he keep telling you go left, go left, go left. And what's in your mind? You don't want to go left, you want to go right. Yeah, so it is very similar to the third method. You try to influence them, you try to keep influence them. Yeah,
Mm.
So, but can you really change them? If not, will you go back to the second method? Yeah, restrict them by force.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for example, okay, for example, uh, okay, okay, just now you talk about, mm, yeah, just now you talk about like the academic. For example, your child don't like mathematics or don't like a subject, and you fail the subject, and you give them 3 days to think. Yeah, and you want them to tell you, you want them to understand why they fail the exam. Yeah,
Mm.
you want them to think, and you want them to come back to you and tell you the solution, how to solve
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to fix it, how to pass the exam.
Mm.
What if she comes to you and she say, I just don't like I just don't like the subject. I don't want to learn that subject.
Yeah.
Mm,
So maybe in that case, I think if he or she don't like the subject, and then yeah, one thing he or she want to know is even though we know result is not everything, but when we were studying, uh, we have to kind of let's say secondary school. If the school we need a particular marks to pass to the next level, to the next grade, and then you need to deal with it. Even though you don't like it, you need to find ways to try to still manage to go to the next level. This is the first things, and second things is maybe with my limited knowledge, and I try hard um, to let her know what can this subject help, what is the purpose of learning these things. Yeah, so these are the two things.
mm. Uh, but they don't want to do that. They just decide it. They just don't want to do that. Just like there are many things in our life. This is our choice, and we choose not to do the thing. For example, if you
Mm,
ask me to go to Big Four, I say I don't want. This is
mm,
my choice,
yeah,
and you can accept it. You can accept an adult say this is a choice.
mm,
You can accept an adult make a decision, but you can't accept a child make a decision. For example, you say you don't want to uh, go back to your father's company to work.
mm,
Yeah. And yeah, everyone will accept your decision. But how a child, if they say they don't want to learn the mathematics or
yeah,
they want to learn Malay subject.
yeah. Or even they don't want to go to the tuition center. Maybe the
Mm,
parents could accept, right?
mm,
Mm. Yep. So yeah. Also to give some additional things of my answer just now. Uh, uh, Also, I say you have to deal with it. It means that let's say in my secondary school, if we let's say if we feel a particular subject, and then if our other subjects do well, and then we can actually still pass and go to the next grade, and because we look at the average. So yeah, maybe in that case, I will let her know that if you, I will let her know maybe the purpose of this subject. If he or she still think that is not her priority, and I could accept he or she fail it, but I will let him know the consequence. For example, if this subject you get very little marks, and then it will affect your average, the overall, and then you will have to work even harder at other subjects, so that you can pull your average up, and then to the pass marks.
What if the child tell you dad and mom, you just care about my academic result?
Um, that's not that's not that I only care about the academic result because
Yeah, but your explanation keep mentioning about the academic result.
yeah yeah, maybe at that time the question to her is like do because you want to stay in this school, you want to go to the next grade.
Yeah, you
Also,
still care about the academic. you still
yeah,
care about the schooling, all those things.
yeah, but um, yeah, if she don't actually changing school is not it's an option. If in the case that she really don't like the kind of result based education system, and then yeah,
And
but yeah.
and actually you, I think in your mindset you are thinking about the private school, right? If you don't get a good grade and you can't go to you can't if you don't get like above average mark, you need
Yeah,
to
you
stay
have to
in the
stay.
same grade.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
couldn't go to next grade. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, just like what you say just now. You say you don't want to influence. You want to give them to make the decision by themselves. So, but you want to send them to private school.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really what I said, right? A few days ago.
Mm,
Mm.
yeah, and also, yeah, easier said than done. And
Mm.
how do you influence their decision? This is about the third option. Yeah. So maybe the first time work, second time work, third time work, but after sometimes the child know that you are trying to influence my decision. You are trying to force me to do something that I don't like, and you are so fake. You are so unreal, and you say you want to listen to me. You say everything uh is good for me. You say you want to uh you want to like give me the chance and let me do the decision by myself. But every time I say something and you say and you always reject, you say it's not a good decision.
Mm.
Yeah, and you say you are not mature enough, so you couldn't think you don't have the experience, so you don't know what is the consequence. Yeah, so in this at this time I help you to make the decision. And every time you will do the same thing. So every time
Yeah.
you help them do the decision.
Yeah. So how about if I change another method, which is trying to guiding them and throw back the question to them. For example, she said she don't like this subject, and then yeah, so I throw back the questions to her like
Okay.
she
Okay.
couldn't. Yeah.
Actually, there's one code which is if you really want to solve a big problem, you
Mm.
can't just adjust your tactic. You need to change your strategy. Yeah. You need to go to another level. You need to go to a higher level to look at the same thing. So go back
Mm.
to the principle that I tell you just now.
Yeah.
Can you still be yourself when you're nurturing your child? Do you really think that subject is important? Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. For
So
example,
it's important to
you can
change ourselves first, right?
you can tell your child, yeah. Actually, for example, mathematics, I have to confess to you. For me now, I also couldn't answer these questions. Yeah. Let's
Mm.
say this is a Form 4, Form 5 question, or even Form 3 or Form 3 question. I couldn't
Yeah.
answer this question. Yeah. So I really don't. I really don't have the uh yeah.
Any
I
difference?
if I tell you you need to work hard to to know how to answer this question so that you can get a good academic result, you can like get a good job or like um get a become successful. I will tell you, yeah, actually you don't need it. And I couldn't tell you that. And Yeah, and you are my child, and I don't want to cheat you, and also I don't want to cheat myself. and this is so fake. I can't couldn't really tell you that you need to learn all these things in order to get success. This is also something that I don't believe, and I couldn't tell you seriously because this is so laughable. Yeah. So what's the important thing in mathematics? What's the important thing in history? You share what you believe to them. Yeah. And to yeah, of course you can choose not to work hard. You can choose to work hard. This is your choice. I also will tell them about the what's that called, the general knowledge. Yeah. I'll let them know, yeah, this is something that maybe now you think is important, and even though you learn all of these things, after that you'll forget. Yeah, but it may help you. I will also teach, for example, I will teach them the brain's uh, uh, the brain size, yeah, and the psychology, and also I will teach them the economics. I actually told you before, I will teach my kids like for example the economics when they are still when they are still kids, for example like primary school or even like kindergarten. I will start to teach them the economics. Yeah. And and at that time you laugh. Yeah, you say this, maybe you think this is too early or something like that. Yeah. But yeah. But this is something that I think is very important. Yeah. More important than the subject you need to pass exam in the school. Yeah. And you focus about the academics. Yeah. It doesn't nothing wrong. Yeah. But what is good for your child? Yeah. This is something that you need to understand. Yeah. So what uh in your perspective, what is good for your child and what you really want to teach them? Yeah. Do you just want them to become a person that can pass the exam, they can answer the question in the exam very well, they can score a high mark in academic, but after that, when they go to college, when they go out from school, they can't do well. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, to me, yeah, because the first thing I know the importance of academics. Yeah, I also is a person can score very high marks. I also can learn with fun. Yeah, I don't need to learn with torturing. Yeah, with torture. Yeah, so this is something that you can do together with your child and try to find the fun in the subject. Yeah. Yeah, and this is not easy. It's not easy to do, and it needs a lot of time to be together with your child. Yeah. Yeah, and also another question is, just now one of your, yeah, I think it's getting too late. How about we end the conversations? Yeah. And maybe we can have the same conversation in next day, or yeah.
So we arrange it to the next next slot. Is it okay?
Yeah, can also.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's all for our today conversations. Okay. Okay. That's all for our today conversation. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocal mistake to be made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like, subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.